How many aircraft do we have at the sim today? More than hundreds. But what about the default lot we receive when we purchase the premium, deluxe or the version getting us 35 planes? Of course, numbers can make a difference, but would that really make a difference to us in terms of realism, a user experience, or do you get that satisfaction when you fly them and think that the experience was the best? A vast platform like Microsoft Flight Simulator can't stand by itself. Quite honestly, the right partnership is what comes here. Every aspect is huge at the sim. Not an easy task to manage, upgrade it and improve the experience for every area. Before we move to topic, have you subscribed yet? We bring you the latest on flight simming, so hit that subscribe button as it can greatly help us. Now why choose a default Cessna? The Cessna 172 is no doubt a popular aircraft, a beginner's favorite and an aircraft to be remembered when they move up further with bigger aircraft after training. Plus, the popularity is gained as it's an affordable aircraft which is easy to handle, one of the best aviation aircraft in the world that is loved by thousands including myself. It's a joy to fly and choosing this particular aircraft makes absolute sense to improve the behaviors, hopefully bringing more immersion with a number of changes going in. Now of course, Asobo made some minor improvements to the flight dynamics recently to this particular model, worked on the aspects of aerodynamics, further improving the aspect to get an immediate feedback so as to make it more realistic. This has been worked and detailed and applied to 7 turboprops including both the Cessna 152s and the Cessna 172. It isn't an easy task to collect accurate data depending on the changes a user can make and expect the responses. And this goes back to previous sim updates, which is one of the performance-based fixes, with the inclusion of improved flight behaviors, avionics, environment factors and more. Now the team of WB-Sim have been working on this concept to bring in more realism by offering us improved flight handling of the classic, applying to all the variants of the 172, wheels, floats, skis, promising areas that need more attention. Now flight behaviors is just high level. It consists of several areas amongst it, from electrical systems that consist of battery use, displaying ammeters accurately, battery ammerages that are subject to temperatures, functional circuit breakers, and it has a capacity to trip from faulty equipment, cockpit and equipment, where the users has the option for state-saving features, with 90 points being saved so that the condition of the plane was the same just as you left it. Animations that are accurate, including gyro spin-up, lighting has been improved and custom throughout that dims if the voltage is low. Now that's another thing to note. Gauge needles that are subject to engine vibrations, a working cabin heat and defrost, fully functional M803 clock where the user can set an alarm or a countdown mode, operational MD41 GPS annunciator, enhanced KD76 transponder with dynamic radar pings and correct dimming function. Now talking about the engine, this needs a room for improvement as well, which the team have gladly worked on. Can you imagine spark plugs getting fouled? From engine wear and tear, functional engine priming and overheating startup plus oil usage are all covered. Now damage is another aspect Asobo needs to work on, a future change for sure. Meanwhile, every simulation has a consequence if the user doesn't maintain the aircraft. From power loss as the hours accumulate, plugs getting fouled and engine failure from lack of oil to on right from the gate or an airport runway with a brand new condition and no falls. Honestly, it's convenient to have it all set and ready. With the engine running, you can take right off and have your adventures. What gets more interesting is the ownership feel here. You get the choice to save the state of the aircraft when you last set foot, giving you more than 90 different combinations on the state of the aircraft. This adds to the realism factor and you get the sense of owning them, ultimately giving you a more close experience to owning a Cessna, I would imagine. An added set of realism settings have been implemented to help you with the experience in learning to fly and handling the right manner. The modifications come in the form of ELT activation on hard landing, wear and tear on the main landing gear to the point where they eventually break, collapse of the front steerable wheel gear assembly and subsequent prop striker and smoke. Sold on JustFlight store for $22. If you ask me, I certainly like the difference and feel of it, especially on this aircraft, and it makes total sense to get a revamped version. Now just the PC feel was great, but the VR aspect was breathtaking. Every detail is well presented here, looking at the revamp of the Cessna. The manner the display performs best in brighter scenes is quite impeccable. Details matter, and it's quite essential to experience it, be it the Cessna 172 in this instance, a J aircraft, a glider or a jet, or even long-haul flights where developers spend hundreds to thousands of hours trying to produce this, taking us a tad more closer to the real thing. Hopefully, we get the days we can have our own custom hangar with decals. But that's just me thinking out loud. There's more to follow in the world of flight simming. Stay tuned by subscribing. Until next time, take care and happy flying.